we are back. So we definitely had the blockchain, the Bitcoin block reward. So I hope you guys are satisfied. I hope your curiosity has been satisfied as far as going to the moon and just taking the price of Bitcoin to a whole new level. So for all those that were thinking that the price of Bitcoin was going to go to 20,000 US dollars, I am sure that by now you understand that there's nothing really exciting about the block halving, especially at the current, time. Obviously, the effects of the block halving is going to be seen like in the next 100 to, I don't know, like a year from now. So in terms of the supply and the demand of Bitcoin, that is obviously going to play a very crucial role. But as far as affecting the price of Bitcoin at this particular day, or rather on this particular day, in the next coming week, it's not really going to have like much of a difference. On the contrary, the price of Bitcoin is just eventually going to go down. So this week I had a bet with one of you guys. Actually, I was having a live stream and somebody was like, okay, the price of Bitcoin is going to be 10,600 US dollars by 17th May. So I obviously told them that that wasn't really possible because everybody's going to be dumping and selling Bitcoin right around the block halving. And today a funny thing happened, because the price of Bitcoin really reached as high as 9,179, and I was telling my friends to short because a lot of people didn't really get to short the price of Bitcoin like right around this area. So the price pump that we had today was really a great opportunity to like certify your position in terms of the price of Bitcoin declining, because as you can clearly see, right, we are forming a bearish flag. And what's really going to happen is after this trading phase has been exhausted, the price of Bitcoin is obviously going to continue its downward trajectory, and it's obviously going to settle somewhere below, so it's very important to get to understand what is really happening in terms of the price of Bitcoin. Like, do you really think that some moves are genuine? Do you think that that is a natural occurrence? Because if I were to be honest with you, right, such type of plays are just liquidation moves by BitMEX, and all the other cryptocurrency exchanges that really have leverage, because it's all about stopping out people and just forcing them out of trades. Like, for example, if you were trading this particular range, right, you would have obviously been stopped out whether you liked it or not, because there wasn't just like anybody that was secure, because all the people that were longing or shorting this trading range right over here, none of them were safe. So these were just basic liquidation games just to confuse you guys. So when it comes to such type of trading environments, I barely never touch them, because I know it's just going to be week season. It's going to be week after week, and you guys are just going to be frustrated by the end of the day, because I've actually been in these types of situations whereby I am hoping and really praying for my trades to do very well. Like, for example, when I long, the price just ends up stopping me, and my stop loss gets triggered. When I short the market, the price just goes up, and then my stop loss just gets triggered, and my stop loss gets triggered, and by the end of the day I am paying huge fees in order for me to like get out of those positions, and I am just like being mentally frustrated. So this is one of the reasons why the more that you're going to continue trading and the more that you're going to be in the cryptocurrency environment, especially with Bitcoin, right, you guys are just going to be seeing these moves from afar. You guys are going to be seeing that, okay, this is like a genuine market environment that I can enter and just make some money. So the more you do it, you guys are just going to be very, very, very confident with your trade. So it's all about studying and just practicing. So yeah, I don't know. In terms of the volume, remember the other day, right? We obviously talked about the Wyckoff distribution, and if you see what's been happening, yeah, remember I told you that I am looking forward to a situation where the volume is going to be like sort of increasing in this particular trajectory, because it's going to certify the Wyckoff distribution theory, because a lot of powerful individuals, a lot of people that have got money and a lot of stake in Bitcoin, right? These are the guys that already ended up selling here. Of course, the buying climax kind of finished right over here. This was the buying climax, and this was just basically distribution, and then this right over here was just a play to sort of make sure that all the people that were shorting from below got liquidated. So this was obviously an obvious case of distribution, and what's going to happen by the end of this trading range, right over here, as soon as this bearish flag just comes to a completion, it's really going to end up dropping down. And whether you like it or not, whether you hate me, whether you like me, that's just going to happen. That's just the fact of the matter, and it's just sooner or later. So you guys are going to bear witness with me. You guys are going to realize that, okay, this guy was saying the truth. So make sure that you look out for the volume, because volume is very important. And right now we are having like significant amount of volume which is being pushed by the sellers. So this is very, very important as well. So this is just saying that we are currently experiencing a distribution phase. And please do not get me wrong, I am long-term bullish when it comes to Bitcoin. I am long-term bullish when it comes to the majority of alternative cryptocurrencies, because not a lot of alternative cryptocurrencies are going to end up surviving. So the ones that already have got good quality, those are the ones that are going to end up doing very, very well. So anyhow, the other thing that I really wanted to talk about is obviously the volume zone oscillator. It is a very great indicator, especially whether you want to understand what type of volume you are dealing with. And on the contrary as well, we can also look at the MACD, which is really giving us signs of weaknesses, and this is just certifying that we are going to have a little bit of a downtrend. And I really think that 7,500 all the way to about 6,000 US dollars is very possible, because it's all about liquidating the people that were kind of FOMOing in right over here. And the price of Bitcoin has to at least drop down by 30% or more in order for the people who were sort of lowing right over here at 3x, anybody that was lowing at 3x and all the way up to about 100x has to be liquidated if they are still holding on to their losing position. So minimum people who are going to be liquidated are the ones that were trading at 3x. So if you take a look at that, right, that's like a 30% price difference from the recent all-time high, which is around 10,100 and something. So we might end up going to about 6,000 or 7,000 somewhere there. But do not really have like do not ever have a habit of having like some sort of price in your head, because that's really going to allow you to have some sort of bias. So just wait for the trading indicators to guide you, and you guys are going to be very good to go. So yeah, big shout out to everybody watching this. Big shout out to you, Chess the Coin. You're asking what exchange this is. I'm actually looking at TradingView. It's not really like a this is Coinbase. I'm looking at Coinbase. So I basically look at Coinbase and Bitstamp, but Bitstamp is very good because Bitstamp has a lot of data as far as Bitcoin, as far as going way back in time, because Bitstamp has been around for like a very long period of time. So if you really want to have like close to accurate data, you might as well use Bitstamp. So right now I'm just using Coinbase because I really think that there's quite a significant amount of people who use Coinbase as well. So if you take a look at the daily time frame, right, we are obviously experiencing the same situation where the volume zone indicator is like a literally at the bottom, and I am looking forward to having like a situation where the volume zone indicator is going to like come to these oversold areas, and the price is going to come around these areas. Okay, so if you take a look at history, right, like every time you experience a situation where the volume zone indicator like drops all the way below -72, right, -72, you guys could have done extremely well. So this happened on 12th March. That was a day where the price of Bitcoin like dropped all the way to about 3,800. So if you bought like right around this area, you could have really ended up doing well. But anything which is below this price threshold, like any area right around this area, that is very good. So I usually start dollar cost averaging like way below these areas. It's a very good sort of sign for me to start dollar cost averaging. But I really prefer looking at the weekly interval. The weekly interval is a very reliable interval as far as the volume zone indicator, because sometimes the days are very they are sort of not that clear. So if you take a look at the weekly interval, right, uh, and if you compare it with the daily, there's a huge discrepancy. If you take a look at the daily, the daily time frame might be very misleading. Okay, but if you look at the weekly, you guys are just going to be relaxed. You guys are just going to be like, okay, there's like a whole lot of time for me to actually put my buy orders a little bit later. So this is one of the reasons why I really believe that the price of Bitcoin has got like a significant amount of downtime to undergo. So I'm probably going to be thinking about buying Bitcoin by the end of May. So it's all about waiting. So if you take a look at the volume zone oscillator, right, we are still like in these extremely high levels, and then we might just end up correcting. So obviously looking at the weekly time interval is the best, because these smaller time intervals are just going to get you like overworked, and you guys are just going to be confused, because all the signals are going to be like everywhere. You're going to be like, should I be selling, should I be shorting right now, should I be longing, and you guys are just going to be like way under a lot of pressure. So just look at the weekly volume zone indicator, and you guys are just going to be like extremely blessed. So if you take a look at this was like a clear oversold environment. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why last week I was actually encouraging people to be scaling out of their Bitcoin positions, because I saw that we are reaching the overbought territory. Okay, so whenever you are within this threshold, right, the 40 all the way to about 100, right, you can start dollar cost averaging whatever position that you are trying to get in. Like for example, when it is overbought, right, you obviously have to like start selling your positions. Okay, if it's like way below this area, you start buying. So everything is just easy. Like when it comes to trading cryptocurrencies or any market, it's all about patience. The lack of patience really made me lose a lot of money. And if you can only work on one thing, is just your own patience. If you've got patience, you guys are going to be making a lot of money, because the price is going to be literally coming to you. Okay, you don't really have to like chase the market and just try to like look for these amazing environments, because you're just going to end up being liquidated, and you guys are just going to end up losing to the market. So the more patient you are, the better everything is going to be. The better everything is going to go as far as your trades are concerned. So, Waldemar Lipinski said, "Where's the moon?" Well, we experienced the moon. We already experienced the moon. Like, come on, guys. Come on, guys. If you guys bought around this area, right? Okay, and then you sold around this area, wasn't that the moon? That was like about I think that was about 150% price growth. And if you were trading on leverage, right, that could have been easily like a 1,500% return on investment. So we obviously already experienced the moon, and the people that were logging around these areas, right, these are the people that are going to be bag holding. And then when the price of Bitcoin retraces, these guys are going to be running out of patience, because they are going to be seeing their portfolio like lose a lot of value, and they're going to end up donating money to the market, and then they're just going to keep on repeating, rinsing and repeating until they are out of cash and they are literally stranded. So this is one of the reasons that you guys just have to be like extremely careful. The market is very generous. Everybody can make a lot of money so long they are very patient and they understand the fundamentals. So besides that, we are still looking on at the weekly, or rather we're still checking out the weekly interval. And if you take a look at the moving average, the MACD, right, look at that. So the MACD is obviously showing us some signs of weakness. And if we take a look at what happened last time, right, like ever since we started having these like green bars, right, we obviously experienced that pushback. So obviously in the next coming 2 to 3 weeks, this is when we might have like some sort of like better breakdown. Okay, so right here, when the these lines crossed, obviously the exponential moving averages and that stuff, this is when we experience this terrible sort of dump right over here. So it's all about patience, and this is probably going to happen like in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and you guys are going to have like a lot of time to do your thing and just basically make your moves. So if you guys have got any other questions for me, please let me know in the comment section below. While we are here, the block has already been halved, and the next coming block halving is going to occur after 1458 days. And let's look at the price. The price is still the same, 8,678, and we are still forming the bearish flag. So I'm just waiting for this thing to, come to a completion so that we just continue going down, and our downward momentum is just going to be validated. And since the volume is picking up like right over here, right, we are seeing the increase in volume, then it's just going to happen sooner or later. So let's take a look at the cryptocurrency coin market cap. So right now we are at 238 billion US dollars, and everything else is following Bitcoin's trajectory. And if we take a look at the biggest gainers today, so what coins were trending? Oh, look at that, 817%. Path Hive. I've never heard about this cryptocurrency. I'm sure it's one of those shit coins. So it's only been around for less than a year, since June 1st, 2019. So let's take a look at the different types of things that we can find out about this. So where exactly has it been listed? So if we take a look at the charts, it's been a while since I even last used CoinMarketCap. I don't even know where this cryptocurrency has been listed at. And let's take a look at the website. But I guarantee you it's not really one of those cryptocurrencies which you should be FOMOing in, because obviously this price is just artificial pumping. Okay, why is it taking forever to load? It's just taking too long. Okay. Okay, it's an open platform, and it is a web-based tool that allows subscribed path producers to become building and terrain producers to create drawn paths in desired locations. In the service development stage, this may be provided through more convenient smartphone applications. So let's take a look at the team. Okay, this is the lovely team. I don't know, guys. I've never heard about this cryptocurrency. So if you guys are into such cryptocurrencies, then let me know. Do you think this is a good investment? Look at the volume. The volume is like way too low, 134,000 US dollars. So, yep, that really explains everything. So what else do we have that was trending? Big shout out to you, Jesus. Jesus, thank you for the compliment. I'm sure you are enjoying the trades, right? I am so sure you are enjoying the trades, and I am sure you placed in like a very good shorting area like right around this area. And if you also sold right around this area, you should be rolling in profit right now. You shouldn't even be worried about the blockchain, the Bitcoin halving, whatever money that everybody was going through. So let's take a look at some more cryptocurrencies. uh Top trending cryptocurrencies. Where is everything at? It's been a while since I last used Coin Market Cap, and I have forgotten where everything is. So obviously Dex is up by 36%. Ghost Prism, I don't even know like half of these cryptocurrencies. Okay, so let's take a look at I don't know, what are you guys interested in right now? I heard that 0x did very well, and yeah, now it's sort of having its pullback. So if you guys already bought 0x, you guys should be scaling out of your positions. You should be, dumping some of your holdings, because you don't really want to end up being a bag holder, especially after something has gone up by 150%. You don't really, want that to occur. So Jesus says he made a lot of money. All right, so you want me to take a look at BSV. So BSV is one of those cryptocurrencies that really made a lot of people rich, because a lot of people back in the day shorted Bitcoin Satoshi Vision and Bitcoin Cash. So I'm sure there's like a lot of Craig Wright supporters out there who have like a lot of stake in Bitcoin SV. And I don't know, during a bull market, everything is going to be going up. Everything is like literally going to be going up. So let's take a look at the charts of BSV, because it's been a while. But how's the liquidity when it comes to Bitcoin Satoshi Vision? Because I am sure it's just like it's not really on a lot of good exchanges. So do we have where can I find it? Yeah, let me try to use Bitrix, because I believe Bitrix is like a better cryptocurrency exchange. So if we take a look at the full chart, I'm sure it's pretty much the same with any other alternative cryptocurrency. Like everything is forming a bearish flag. Wherever Bitcoin goes, that's where a lot of these cryptocurrencies are going to be going as well. But it looks a little bit promising. So what do we have? But according to this, we are having like significant buying power. So I hope Craig Wright is up to something. I really hope he is up to something. So according to this information, I don't know, that we can still experience like some sort of correction. So just like Bitcoin, just wait for Bitcoin to, do its thing. Then you can just think of loading up on these things. But you should always remember that they are very overbought right now, and we just need to have like some sort of cleansing, and getting to think about buying them like around the 61.8% fib level. That's really going to be like very ideal. If you take a look at the VZO, right, we are still on the downward trajectory. So I would buy it when it is starting to I would buy it when it's starting to sort of have some upward momentum like that. That's when I would buy it. I would like literally buy it on this particular bounce. Like for example, right over here, when it did that, when you saw that it is actually coming from the bottom and it's going up, that's when I would think of buying it. And if you take a look at the moving average, convergence, divergence, it is sort of still in the negative, and then we might just end up doing like that, and then we might experience a little bit of selling power as well. So just like I told you in the morning, everything right now is very overbought. So just give it a little bit of time. If you really want to start longing things, just do it by the end of May. So if you guys have been dollar cost averaging, then it doesn't really matter. But I am so very picky, and I literally do not want to like lose any money. I really want to like lose the least amount of money. So obviously getting to like pick your battles and just choosing when you should be getting into a particular project is like a very better idea, instead of just blindly following the dollar cost average sort of narrative. Because by the end of the day, even though you are dollar cost averaging, right, you can still do it like smarter. You can still do it like in a better way. So right now it's all about waiting. Right now, just sit on your profits and just plan your next moves, okay? Because we have some exciting information, some exciting things that are going to be happening with cryptocurrencies such as Ethereum. Litecoin has already experienced its halving, and obviously the laws of supply and demand are already in play. And obviously it's going to be performing very well very soon, because obviously the number of miners that are dumping Litecoin coins on the market are obviously, there are less people, and obviously the value is going to be the demand is going to be going up. So there's going to be like a situation where everything is going to flip, where the price of Litecoin is going to be going up high, because there isn't like any more cheap Litecoin on the market. So remember, there's going to be like a whole lot of trading opportunities for everybody out there. So Jesus agrees. He says, yeah, I'm holding Bitcoin at this particular moment. So Jesus you use Bitfinex, right, to trade Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. Okay, cool. But it still stands. Everything is like I just explained to you guys. I'm not really going to be touching anything. So please, what I want to hear from you right now is the most promising alternative cryptocurrencies. I know a lot of you are very satisfied with top alternative cryptocurrencies, but I really want to like find those hidden gems. Okay, I really want to like hear from you. What other cryptocurrencies we might potentially get to buy, especially if they have like a very good project. They have got like an amazing team there. Token economics does make a lot of sense, because by the end of the day, it's all about having very good token economics. For example, the Mimblewimble cryptocurrency, Grincoin. Grincoin is a very good initiative in terms of technology, but if you take a look at the way the inflation model has been done, it's like very, very unappealing. So token economics really does matter, okay? Because by the end of the day, the mathematics in terms of the circulating supply and the existing supply has to make a lot of sense. So I was very excited about the Mimblewimble protocol, but unfortunately getting to look at their inflation model, I was just like taken aback, and it is no longer appealing to me. So we just need to find those cryptocurrencies that have got like a very well rounded, balanced sort of ecosphere, if I can put it that way. If you talk about the token economics, they have to be top notch. If you talk about the team has to be hardworking, amazing, and just very, very powerful as well. And if you also talk about the technology, the protocol, like the underlying solution that it provides, it also has to be top notch as well. So please drop everything in the comment section below, because I really want to like discover that alternative cryptocurrency that is really going to give me about 10,000% profit. So please let me know. Do not be stingy. Just share the value or the knowledge that you guys already have. So Dr. Duncanstein says Mainframe looks good. So I've been hearing about Mainframe for a while, and I remember when it came out, it was like one of those hyped cryptocurrencies. So Mainframe, circulating supply is about, okay, that's the total circulating supply. Okay, so the volume is not really that bad, close to 1 million, and the market cap is only about 5 million US dollars. And getting to look at this particular chart, right, it's obviously way under, it's obviously at the bottom, and it's like flatlining. So if you had to like get it, you wouldn't really be at a very high risk, because it's obviously like at the bottom, and it's like really, really flat, and nobody really cares about it. So if you put like $100, I'm sure there's going to be like one of those situations where it drastically goes up high, and then just get out, okay? But as far as recommending this cryptocurrency, I haven't done any thorough research. And right now I can't really like give you any recommendations, or I can't even, I can't literally say anything. So please let me know what you think about these cryptocurrencies in the comment section below. So obviously Matic. Matic was one of those overhyped cryptocurrencies, and let's look at what has been happening with it. So market cap is about 51 million US dollars, volume 31 million, and the circulating supply is da da da, total supply is da da da. Okay, so when do these guys, when do these people plan to sort of unleash all this circulating supply? So if there was going to be like any glitch, or if anything bad happened, right, this would obviously be very chaotic to everybody. If you put like 300 US dollars and then they all of a sudden dump everything, the total circulating supply to the market, you guys are literally going to be with $0. So yeah, just be careful. Matic was very, very hyped, and I think it should be one of those Ethereum scaling solutions, right? Like an equivalent to the Lightning Network. I mean, it's been a while since I saw these cryptocurrencies. It's been like literally a while, and I've only been focused on Bitcoin because Bitcoin really makes a lot of sense. But right now, I'm just in the process of looking for alternative cryptocurrencies to buy. So Dr. Duncanstein says, Mainframe has got a lot of room to grow. So yeah, that could be very possible. That could be very true. So long the team just sticks to the plan and just does so long the team does what they have to do. Okay, so they just have to like stick to the plan, and everything is going to be okay. So I don't know. I don't have any other things to tell you guys except for watch for the drop, and you guys are going to be very, very good. You guys are going to be in profit. But right now, I wouldn't be shorting. If you missed these areas, you shouldn't be shorting. And if you also missed this amazing opportunity today, you shouldn't be shorting, because you guys are just going to be experiencing stress. So the best thing that you can do is obviously getting into a stable coin. Just wait it out and do not use leverage, especially when you are in a choppy environment. Because trust me, all these weeks, look at that, one, two, three, a lot of people really got stopped out of their positions, and they just ended up paying high fees. So it's not really worth it. It's not really worth it. And just pick those trading environments that really make sense in terms of your stop loss, your stop loss allocation, and just basically finding like a very neutral environment where you can be sort of mentally fine with your position. So please understand what type of trading environment you are dealing with. So yeah, I think that's it. You guys have to have a great day. Enjoy your trades, be profitable, keep on learning, keep on practicing, keep on going as far back as you can in terms of the cryptocurrency charts, and just see how you would have done things better. Like let's say for example, you can go back as far as 27th October. Try to look at how the market was behaving. What would you have done if you were in this particular time interval? So just keep on practicing. The more you practice, the better it is going to be. And by the way, please do not get me wrong. I'm not a professional. I'm just like a guy who's very passionate about trading, and I really do make a lot of mistakes. I have made tons and tons of mistakes, whether it is mistakes in terms of over analyzing the cryptocurrency market, making mistakes in terms of using a wrong stop loss strategy, using the wrong sort of, instead of using a trading stop, I end up using something else. I've like really made a whole lot of mistakes. I've made $10,000 worth of mistakes, and it's very embarrassing to like open up and just let you guys know that yes, I have done some stupid stuff, but it is part of learning. You learn by doing, and the more you make mistakes, the better you become at something, because you are most likely able to identify where you can potentially go wrong. So that's just the purpose of practicing. Practicing makes perfect. And you can also use platforms such as BitMEX, where you can use fake money. Okay, so you don't really have to like use real money all the time. So you can always use fake money as well, to just keep on brushing your tools and just keep on practicing and just making your trades better. So anyhow, it's been good talking to you guys, and you already know what to do. Hit the like button for my cryptocurrency YouTube channel's sake, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Turn on post notifications so that you get updated every time I come up with a brand new video. And thanks everybody, Jesus, Smart Killed Wrestling, everybody. Thank you for joining this live stream. I really hope and wish you the best of luck.